So I'm listening to the video and I'm looking at it. It's interesting. Uh, I couldn't help but think like Cameroon. Like there's a lot of people who are descendants of Cameroon in America who are African Americans. And like when I look at them and I see that they're named like you ever met someone like whose name would be like Ronnie? That comes from Cameroon. Reginald, that comes from Cameroon. Like I'm looking at the kids and like I've seen these people in America like over and over and over. So like so far like they eat, you know, they eat rats. They have expert hunting skills. They know how to set booby traps. They know how to set smoke fires. They have an extraordinary appearance when it comes to putting paint on their skin. They have excellent survival skills as far as living off the land, which is with minimal resources. Um, so they sharpen their teeth. Okay, they sharpen their teeth. Their men have strong physiques. Again, this is I believe this is the Baka tribe in Central Africa. All right, the other tribes don't treat them well. I heard, but like so far, I like the documentary. Um, Again, we're in oceanography wars. Okay, he brought gifts to them. Okay, he brought gifts to them. So um, this is on the government. The government has to do a better job at protecting their life. And it doesn't take anything but like having farmers where you can raise rats because they like to eat rats. You have to you have to like okay for instance right gifts like the man wants tobacco. The government has to do a good job at farming tobacco. And look, I'm not knocking Cameroon. I'm not saying they're not doing these things for their tribes, giving their tribes gifts or anything like that. They're doing the best job they can do in the midst of the other countries having um, an act of interrupting their trades. Because you know Africa is neutral; they are not involved in any of the acts of aggression. So again, they can do better jobs at making sure that their lifestyle is protected. Um, I just couldn't help but get over how adorable the kids look. The kids are very adorable. Um, I was just looking at like how the kids look and stuff like that. They kind of remind me of how the kids used to look in the projects on the south side of Chicago. But again, like this is they speak French and Portuguese, so it's like they have this whole like their semblance is like with us, right? Really, like we're the same. I look at like my oldest haplo group, right, and I see the Y, and I see like the different haplo trees, like all of them pretty much have Cameroonian DNA, So it's like I'm pretty much a descendant of Cameroon. Um, Cause like my grandfather, he looks just like my uncles. They look exactly like these people. Um, my father, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm taking all of this in, man, and it's crazy like how you can see people after so many centuries that the people you come from. Because again, they're living in a stage of Stone Age. They're living in a stage of Bronze Age. They're living in a stage of hunter gatherer. So they're just off the ships and they're still living like this. You see what I mean? Okay. Their women are very attractive. You see what I'm saying? So it's like these are my distant cousins. You know, You know, so it's like he brought the kids balloons. Like, okay, a lot of people will be opposed to that because, like, there are some tribes that you can't bring anything to. Like the ruling government won't let you bring them anything. Um, it's kind of like how the Sentinelese and the Jara are. Like, you can't bring them food or anything. You can't bring the Jara food. You can't bring them gifts. You can't bring them anything. Like, you can't even touch them. So, because you know you may spread disease. Now you look at the tribes in America. It's immigrants coming off the boat, off the plane, off the craft, off the ship every day, and like some of them aren't vaccinated. You know what I mean? And like, you know, our people ain't getting vaccines. So like, how is that going to work with the spreading of disease? Disease run rampant in America. Sexually transmitted disease, airborne diseases, stale diseases, all type of diseases run rampant in America. All right. I want to know how this is going to end, man, because it's like the people, they're not bent on like changing the way that they live, and they shouldn't. You know, like if you want to live in this type of setting, like we need to empower them to live in this type of setting. I want to live in this type of setting. Okay, because you have more freedom. Okay, and then you depend on your relatives. Their relatives all depend on each other. You see what I mean? Like, this is important, you know. And again, this goes with free reign. Like, what type of government do you have? Do your government allows you to live like this? Have your government passed laws to ensure your safety in living like this? Are there precautions set? You know?
It's not a good time. This mud is so thick. Look. Almost to my knees.
And so they caught like 3 rats, and he said they were going to use the baby rats as like pets. So like you'll see those things like when you watch it over. They picked up like a 4-pound, 5-pound rat, and like, you know, that's going to be supper.
But look, more water. Oh yeah, here's the river.
I would sustain my diet with fish. I wouldn't eat rats. That's just me personally. I don't think the environment of America is meant for you to eat rats. Rats, they turn my stomach, man. It's kind of like eating oatmeal. I don't like eating oatmeal. You know? You know, the sharecroppers in America, like, they probably left Africa because they needed something different, right? Look, you're leaving Africa, you're coming to peanuts and watermelon. That's my diet, right? Peanuts and watermelon. Peanuts and apple juice. Period. You're getting away from, you know, eating scavengers. But, like, there's nothing wrong with eating scavengers. You just got to know what you're doing. These people obviously know what they're doing. They're seasoned. They know how to cook their foods.
Oh, sweet Lord. Every step in this water, all these bubbles come up. Look at the bottom. Just mud, leaves. Once in a while, something moves between your toes. Just gotta trust. There you go, barefoot. There you go, barefoot. Maybe come back with some kind of blood-sucking foot parasite. Wouldn't be my first. Wow. So look, we've dammed both sides of the river, and there's a pool in the middle that I'm standing in, and now they're using leaves.
These are pygmies. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are my ancestors. You know, these are my distant cousins. These are my migratories. Okay, these are the people I migrate to and migrate from.
All the water. So this pool will be reduced to mud, and then we can easily grab all of the fish, the shrimp, the snails out of it because they'll be laying on the ground.
You see what I mean? Like, now they're eating fish. I think this is a beetle right here. They eat fish. They eat sardines. Think about that. Yakoki.